Hi, it's Maria here. It is hashtag 12, so day 19. And so my day started out with a coaching session uptown, and then I had a visit to the hardware store because the plumber recommended the other day that I go to the hardware store and that I look at a stove for my classroom. So it was great. Something prompted me to bring my plans with me when I was going uptown. So we were able to measure the area and we could work out that it was an 8 kilowatt stove that I need. So I now know the prices of stoves. In fact, I've booked for a guy to come out and to do a proper assessment, so I know what costs are going to be involved, not just the stove but the flue and the installation costs, etc. So that is actually a lot of progress already this morning. Then when I came home, it was actually spilling rain, but I had this absolute urge to go out and clear the shrubs and the briars that had grown at my gateway that I was not aware of when I was walking in and out the gate, but only now that I'm driving again I was aware of. So this is what I did next. It's Monday, which makes it hashtag 12, day 19 of 321 Focus. I have been uptown. I was so grateful when I came out and it was raining that I had my car to drive home. And while I was up there, I had a meeting and then I did my Monday review. And one of the action points was, to put the shrubs out here. And I remember my friend Mary Kelly telling me at one stage that Abundance couldn't get into my house because, oh my gutters need to be cleaned. Abundance couldn't get in because my gate was actually, the shrubs were overgrown at my gate. Well, that bit was solved last year, the year before, but there's a lot of shrubs that need sorting now. So I'm going to do that now and I'll give you a look when it's finished. Folks, you just couldn't make this up. As soon as I started cutting at the gate, and I've only really started, I've done a bit on this side, only really started here, giving it a shave. And as soon as I started, the rain stopped and already there's blue skies overhead. This is looking good. So, I have a good bit more done now and the sun has actually come out to shine. You really couldn't make it up. So I'm thinking now if the weather's going to improve, I might just tackle my whole gateway today. Because actually what I can see now is, this is funny, my next door neighbour cut my hedge yesterday for me. That is amazing. He cut it on both sides, so I need to clean that up as well. Right, so things are definitely changing here. And then when I came in, I thought I better have some lunch. And the next thing is, I just started to get a panic attack. So I'm here trying to calm myself down. I really don't know what's triggered this. It's mild, but it's definitely a panic attack. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. I'm actually not sure if it's mine or if it's somebody else's. I'm really sensitive to people in my family, particularly my kids and some of my close friends. And so maybe something's after happening to somebody else, because logically looking at on paper at what I'm doing and what I have to do, there's no reason for me to feel panic. But I am literally, my body is actually shaking, and it's been shaking when I was writing and stuff earlier on as well, which, yeah, I'm beginning to calm down now, but I've had to sit in the chair and try and gather myself again, and I'm really surprised this is happening to me again at this stage. But what I did manage to do is I've actually started to put a budget together for myself for the classroom. So I've put a phase one, which is to get me to the stage where I can actually use the space for giving classes, and then phase two is where I've got the stove in and where I've got my own office space as well, which I'll need that for the autumn, and then I've got phase three. So that actually feels good. I've got no numbers really in on it yet, apart from the fixed pipe, and I've already paid for that. So I'm looking forward to actually putting numbers in here so I know
what I've got to work towards. And my deadline is Thursday, the 1st of August, so that I'm in a position to start using that room from Saturday the 3rd for the first workshop. And that actually feels really, really, really good. And I'm looking forward to putting those figures in. I'm not actually afraid of it at all, which is great, because for a long time, having been through what I've been through with recession, like many people, I have been terrified of bills and not being able to afford the things I need to do to maintain my home. So the other thing that I've done just now as well is I've really been thinking about all this feng shui. You know, I'm doing my happy home book here, and when I called my friend Lynn last week, it was to find out where she had done her actual master certification course. So I found out now that that's with a lady called Amanda Collins, and her next course is starting in September. So again, following through on the happy home book, should I say, I have printed out the information on this course here, and I'm going to put this down in my career section, because from what I can see, I think this would be an amazing addition to my existing coaching and training business. And the other thing that I've become really, really aware of in the last 24 hours, it was when myself and Lynn met and had dinner before Christmas, when the floor had come out in the classroom. And at that stage, when the floor came out, and the leaking pipe had been identified, then the tap started to drip. So Lynn was the one who said to me, you know, you need to stop that drip. And the best way I could think immediately was to put a basin under it. So I've actually been catching all the water that's been dripping out of that tap all the time. And that was when things started to change for me. So I suppose all the indicators are pointing to me that feng shui is a really important thing that needs to be taken into account in all of our lives, because it does really make a big difference. The other thing that I've done, this is what I call my weekly goals journal, and it's something that I created again back in 2006. And I suppose looking at the car being 2006, and I know I put it on a post on Facebook, but it's like 2006 was my most magical year ever. I became a millionaire for a short period, and I bought my house. I turned 40. My Jumpstart Your Life course started by itself out of a phone call. So my whole business took off by itself, and I bought and moved into my home, and I actually got my divorce on the 8th of December, which is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Now, given that I was a single mom in my 20s, that's kind of ironic. So yeah, so it's interesting that the car reg is now 06. So it's like I'm looping back to that magical time. And of course, 06 was when I created this weekly goals journal that I speak about both. It's in my workbook, but I also talk about it in my actual book. So what I do is I set my goals in affirmation form for the weeks ahead. So what I did then for the week of the 29th of July, which is the week that the 1st of August falls in, I wrote last night a long affirmation to, I suppose, to call in and to set the intention for the upgrading of the classroom and the renovation that needs to take place. So I'm going to read this out to you just so you get an idea. So absolutely everything clicks easily, effortlessly, magically and miraculously into place for me to have my beautiful classroom and office space ready and fully functioning for my first workshop on Saturday, August 3rd. I am so, so, so grateful for this wonderful space and the amazing outcomes for everyone who works with me in person and or online, and or who connects with me through my books, cards, and or videos, or anything else I create and facilitate in the future. Thank you, blessed be. And I wrote that yesterday on the 9th of June, and just put a full stop at the end and dated it as well, so I know exactly when I wrote it in. So just in the middle of me talking, the phone cut out because I had reached capacity. What I did then was I sat down and I did my meditation from 3, 2, 1 focus. and I'm starting to feel a lot calmer again now. So as you can see, here's my Sasko year planner, as I said, on the ground, which makes no sense because the exact same double-sided tape was used for the 321 focus poster, and that's still up there. So what I'm going to do now is well, first of all, I'm actually going to just add my Feng Shui information over here in this corner. I'm going to find some way to do that because I want to put that there because it's something else I want to create in my career. And following along from what it says in the Happy Home book. And now I'm going to get my Sasko year planner and I'm actually going to put it back on the wall. Whoops, something else is falling down. And I'm going to actually write on all the dates that for the different things that I have planned. So I'm feeling an awful lot calmer now. I had a really interesting epiphany. You know, I am Taurus. I am an earth sign. There's a hole in the floor there. But this is it. I have been coming back down to earth, whatever that's about. So actually standing down here, I'm actually standing on the earth, and it is really grounding me. So really glad to be doing that. Yeah, so really proud and happy with what I've put here. Got my key down along the side here. So my Jumpstart Your Life course is Tuesday, Wednesdays and Saturday versions. And then my workshops. And then I've also put in 321 Focus. So, and I've also put in my Feng Shui course because I absolutely intend to make sure I can do that. And I've got here the 1st of August, D-Day, when I want this fabulous classroom up and running because I want my first workshops to be on the Saturday and the Monday of the August bank holiday weekend. So yeah, I feel really, really good about this. I would have always worked with the Sasko year planner way back when I was selling socks in Europe on and off for 9 years, and I managed 5 or 6 countries and about 30 different accounts, and I had to be super, super, super organized. And the only way I could do it was to have something in front of me like this, and I could see where I was going to be from one week to the next. So yeah, this feels really, really good, and it feels like I am using my old skills from my previous work existence. So yeah, really happy with this now and feeling an awful lot calmer and more grounded in myself. So it's almost 4:30 and I think I'm going to call it a day for today. Still have mild panic in my system. I haven't managed to get back out to finish the garden. Who knows, now when I give myself the evening off, I'll probably feel like doing something else. I was hoping to get around to adding all the dates for my courses to my website and creating products, etc., so that they'd be on sale. But you know what, tomorrow is another day, and yeah, I think I've had enough done for today. So just a couple of other things that are here on this list that I wanted to fill you in on before I sign off. So before or just after I put up that poster in the fame and reputation area the other day, what I did was I actually have noted down all my social media following and my newsletter signups, etc. So I have all those numbers here so that I can measure as things go on how things are progressing for me, because I thought that was really important so I'd know where my starting point is. And just to also go back and explain, because I don't think I explained it very well earlier on, but dripping water and leaks are all about your prosperity, your abundance, your money going down the drain. So that was why it was so important for me to start to gather all of that water. And in fact, that's where I get my water from that I drink. It's where my reverse osmosis tap is, because I have it down in my classroom for my clients. So I actually use that water every day, but I have been gathering it since before Christmas, and definitely from a prosperity, abundance point of view and a money point of view, life has been much better since I started to collect since I started to collect that water every day. The other really interesting thing is that, and I'm just reaching here for my diary for my file of facts. I started doing a business course back in March, and one of the big issues for me when I started the course was I really had a sense that it was time to leave Mullingar. I was, I think, 21 years almost to the day in Mullingar when I started the course. And I kind of felt like, you know, I've done my 21 years, I've graduated now, it's time to move on. Where am I going to go? And so I actually, of course, being me, I wrote in because this week is it's our last session on Wednesday. And so I wasn't going to move before the course was over. But on the 22nd of March, in my file of facts, I wrote in for myself, move to where? And what I realised as time went on was I don't actually need to leave Mullingar. I really love my home. I love being here. It's a fabulous town. I've loads of friends. I really feel I belong here. I just needed wheels. I needed wheels and some finance so I can start to spread my magic further afield from Mullingar. And I've already started doing that by going to the Dublin Mind Body Fair, and I'm also looking into doing the fair in Galway. But further afield, I'm looking at going to the fair in Sydney. So I think that's enough for today. There's nothing obvious jumping at me, and I'll be back with the next video soon. Not sure when exactly that's going to be, but until then, just go gently on yourselves. That's my challenge for you today. You know, if you're having, like me, a hard time or whatever's going on energetically, follow your nudges, go with your energy, surf your energy, and when your energy runs out, allow yourself to rest, relax, and then you will be in fighting form again to get on with it when your energy surges again. So have a great time, and I'll see you in a new video again soon. Bye.